Hello and welcome, I am Joshy, and today we're going to talk about changing, or changes. Recently I went on a vacation that was only supposed to last like 2 weeks, and it happened to last an actual month and a few, or a month and a month and a few weeks. The reasoning was, first I was going to get rid of my apartment because I still was paying shit. I still had like 4 months to pay on it instead of just taking a hit. And that's a whole different complex situation that happened, so I still had to pay the apartment back. So after paying that off and getting that out of my way, I wanted to ride up the coast, and I wanted to take my mom and my niece with me, so that's what I did. Well, I wanted to take my sister and other people, but they had to work and stuff, or they just didn't want to go. It was nice to be able to do that. I have video from it and a lot of pictures, so I'm gonna compile it into a video and get that out. Probably not sooner than later, only for the fact that it's gonna take me a little while to edit. I know I'm behind by like a month, 2 months now doing a video. I was pretty constant about doing a video about every week, but like I said, I was on vacation for a month, and then some other changes in life kind of hit me, and sounds bad like puberty, but no, it wasn't something like that. It was more external than it was internal. Well, some of it was internal, ain't gonna lie, like grieving. You know, I'm still doing that with my cat and my dad, which there's footage of me. I have footage of that's part of the vacation. I threw their ashes, so that was, yeah, so it was very actually funny. It's not funny, haha, I threw my dad in ash, you know. No, but I make everything comical because it's my defense mechanism. So you'll see in the video for that why it was sad and funny at the same time. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that went on vacation. We went to a lot of different places like Cannon Beach, the Grand Canyon. We went to Las Vegas. Don't have very much from Las Vegas, picture-wise. I didn't want to take my camera to the Strip because theft, but hey, you never know. I know that the Strip looks a lot different than it did way back in the day. There's like a zip line and all this other stuff. We were gonna go, well, my niece was gonna go on the zip line. We never did it because the wait for that was like 2 hours. Yeah, it was like, nah, it's cool. Maybe, I think it was more, honestly, maybe 4 hours, but yeah. And then we went to San Francisco, but we got there at night, so we didn't really get to see anything because the fog was thicker than like molasses, which kind of sucked because I wanted my mom to see the Golden Gate Bridge, which she just called the Golden Bridge. I love her. She's funny. And my niece finally got to go on a vacation that she's really never kind of gone on. And I wanted it to be kind of special for them both. And it was one of the best times I've ever had just going and doing stuff. I wasn't really... My normal self is worried and like, oh no, we don't have enough money for this, or blah, 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 blah. Oh, kind of stress out, my head hurts. And I kind of become a dickhead to everyone. I'm like, it's gotta be this way, you know? And it's like, Josh, calm down. Just calm. I wasn't worried. You know, we just kind of played things by ear and just went with the flow of traffic, well, with the trip. And it was great. And we also got to be on the beach for Cannon Beach, like in a hotel that looked to the ocean. So that was... I splurged on that one, and I am happy to do so because it gave them something they've never done before. And my mom, she's never been on the beach like that, so she's camped out on the beach, and she's had, you know, like fires on the beach when she was younger, but she never actually was in a hotel where she can just rest and be, you know what I mean? I know it's a little different, but nonetheless, it was a fun time, and I learned a lot about myself during this whole vacation. The one thing that we don't do very well is understand changes. we don't deal with changes very well in the fact that we try to resist it, very, very much resist it, because we like things to be a certain way, and when it's not that way, we freak out. It's just something we have to learn, and we have to learn to be able to go with those changes. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're not good. Sometimes they're bad. If we don't go with the changes, then it affects our life more so to the fact that we either become complacent too much or tunnel visioned, which a lot of people do become tunnel visioned depending on situations like religion or politics. Depending on your own sociology, sometimes it's okay to branch out to other sociology kind of things. I know there's another word for it. Sociological things? I don't know if that's a word, but hey, Josh is using it. I'd struggled so hard with different kind of changes in my life, and a lot of them had to do with the loss of somebody. Not usually death-wise, but like emotionally or just like physically. They moved away or they just stopped being my friends. Who knows? But it was always hard for me to actually not feel those emotions. It was always hard for me to change the idea of them leaving because it was so hard for me to just let go. I never wanted to. I wanted to hold them as close as possible to me as I could, and I know why I'm like that, and I know why it was so hard for me to change that idea. And it had a lot to deal with my separation anxiety. It was a lot more complicated than my separation anxiety because it was getting to the point where it was actually hurting my relationships more with other people because, as my college friends would probably say, is that I'm a little overbearing sometimes in the aspect of I want to be around them I want it to be around them all the time, and I wanted to be part of the world, and I wanted to be part of their friends, and I wanted to this and that, and I would latch on to them as much as I could. Wasn't good, no. It was bad, honestly, bad. I wish I could have changed that about myself then, but it was something that I had to get through. And when I was at my job, I was a little less like that, but I was still kind of like that. I wouldn't let certain people go at that point, and I fell deeply, madly in love with someone, and lo and behold, changes happened, and I lost that person as a friend. It affected my life a lot, and I wasn't really ready for that life change, but it needed to happen. It needed to happen for a lot of different reasons, so that I can actually understand changes, because at that point, I still was very reluctant to change. And between her and a friend who is still my friend now, they helped me to switch off that switch of no, the train, it's stopping, I don't want the train to stop. But the train had to stop. It had to stop, and I had to get off that train. It was one of the most mind-altering experiences I've had besides, alcohol maybe, but in a positive way, to be able to just let it go. But changes are very necessary for this world because it helps us to evolve. You can have someone that's very hateful of the world find positivity in doing something good for it, or, picking up trash on the ocean, or, something. Go out there and change is it's something that I know is good for us to do, is to change. And not always, like I said, for the bad. Hopefully we don't change for the bad. Take positivity in your changing, because it could be something that's great. And if it's something that's bad, just gotta go with the flow, sadly, and just deal with the consequences of it. But for the most part, you could turn something bad into something good, like I did with my dad and my son Cricket's death. I changed it into something positive, where I could be with my family and go do stuff while taking a journey to throw their ashes, you know? Please understand that it's okay to become a better version of yourself. I know that sounds very, I don't know, sounds weird, but be the best you that you can be. It's still you, but it's just a better you. You know, opening a door for an old lady, which I see a lot of men walk in front of women or children or old people. Like when they're walking in lines and stuff, they'll just like run in front of them instead of just letting them go first. I mean, just be a better person, I guess. I don't know. It was hard, alright? Changing is hard. So go out there, be a better person if you can. But I want to show you something that I forgot that I had. This is Focus Comics. This is awesome for a lot of different reasons, and one of the biggest reasons that this is awesome is it entails an autistic superhero, and it gives more understanding of what autism is, and it reaches out and gives more awareness to these things that people don't understand. You know, a lot of times they'll say, oh, that kid's autistic. Oh no, I don't want to go around them. They're not all there. That's not how autism works. Not all the time or even ever. I'll put a link to this down below. It's just amazing that something like this could be out there in the world, and I urge you to go pick one up. With that, I'm out. I'll see you later. Go change. Go do something. Change your clothes. Change your hair. But most of all, love you for yourself first off. Okay? Love yourself.